Hey, this is Eric from Catching Light.
Hey, this is Hemp.
Hey, this is Glenn.
Hi, I'm Steve-O.
Hey, this is Drew Hines with Hindsight Imagery.
This is Matt Callahan at Maddie Photographic Services.
Hey, this is Jason, and welcome to Tales from the Pit.
Hey guys, and welcome to Tales from the Pit. On tonight's episode, we're going to show you some of our favorite shots and tell you a little bit about what we were thinking when we were behind the lens. Leading us off tonight is going to be Eric Hemphill, and looks like he's got a great picture here of Alice Cooper. Man, can't wait to hear the story behind this one.
Yeah, this was my favorite concert of the season. I've seen him probably 4 or 5 times, and when I was told I got the chance to get up close and shoot from the pit on this one, this was another one where I put my 1635 on and opened it up. And I've got some other ones where he plays right to the camera. He loves the camera. And he's playing to the audience a lot too. And the great thing about this was the lighting was perfect. I mean, most of my shots were all super bright. Didn't have to do a lot to it. This one, the only thing I did with this was touch up the orange a little bit on the background and the couple of the downlights. But yeah, this was great. I was probably about 15 feet from the stage, and this was probably like an F5. I had it wide open. This was cropped down a little bit too. Let's say, I think the ISO was only about 1,000 on this one too. Yeah, because that's usually the highest I usually shoot. But it's perfect pose. The only thing I wish was his eyes were open, but they're so black anyways. Probably couldn't tell.
Yeah, I got to say, just looking at this, it's a really good balance with the warm and cold temperature colors there. Yeah. And I think you did a great job at generally, I feel like, at least my experience, that red and orange and yellow lighting, it generally is a little unflattering. So the fact that this is, such a good looking image, and there's so much going on the stage. I mean, it's incredible. You can kind of go around the whole photo, and I'm curious what the other guys think too.
So Eric, I shot this with you.
Yep.
And my shots were like, okay. And then I saw your shot, and I was like, oh my God, this is a beautiful shot. And correct me if I'm wrong, didn't he also share the shot?
Oh yeah, he was sharing it. He sent me a message and said he liked it, and they were actually talking about using it. But as if anything, it just dies away sometimes.
Beautiful.
But a lot of nice detail.
Yeah.
And the neck and everything is so crystal clear. It's nice shot.
I just love the color. The vibrant colors are just, that's a rock and roll show right there. That's cool.
Yeah, and you can't go wrong with his shows. Like Eric said, there's a lot going on there. And these are the type of shows I just love to shoot.
And this is a guy that's been doing this for, what,
forever,
40, 50 years, whatever, maybe even more. And for
I
him
believe
to say
107 years.
Your shot is amazing. That is such an amazing accomplishment.
Yeah. And he puts a lot of energy into his shows, even at 70 or 72, I think he is. And
he really? Wow.
Oh, yeah. He just was really getting into it. I thought he'd just be standing there, but no, he was moving around better than I do. But
it's an excellent shot.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, kudos.
Good job, buddy.
Hey, let's go over to Glenn now. Glenn looks like he's got a shot from Zach Brown here. All kinds of cool stuff going on, man. Why don't you go ahead and tell us about this one?
Yeah, thanks, Eric. This is from the same exact show from last episode that you saw of Zach Brown himself. This is John Driscoll Hopkins, and of course all the guys around him. Again, shot on a Nikon 750, same settings as before, 7200 f2.8. ISO 4000, I really cranked it up because it was fast moving. And he went down like that on that knee and just stared at somebody. And you can see the halo around his hat, which really made it three-dimensional, which I really love. And also, I had a star filter on it that kind of brought out, as you can see, some of the reflections off the tambourine and other lighting around him. So, again, that was a great show. It was fun. They're always fun. I wish I was the guy up in the back there of photography. You could see him up in the upper left, but we're not allowed up there. So, but anyway, that was good time shooting that show all around.
Your shots, the facial expressions and the cleanness of the faces of your shots are amazing, dude.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
I like how. Sorry, Eric. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think you were absolutely spot on when you said, I mean, that backlighting halo on the hat and that shadow on the right side of his cheek, it really separates him from everybody else, and it is very three-dimensional. So, well done. It's incredible.
I like how Jimmy DiMartini is kind of looming there in the background right behind him. I think it's cool.
I just like this. There's so much going on in that picture. It's busy, but it looks like so much movement going on. You captured it all.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Love the tambourine.
Oh yeah, it's so cool.
Right.
Let's bring up Steve next to talk about this incredible black and white shot of Trace Adkins. Man, there's so many things I want to say about this, but I want you to take it away here and talk about this. Absolutely incredible, though. Really nicely done.
Thanks, man. We talked about doing this, and I touched on it before. I think a couple times now, where I've said it's hard to pick your favorite child. It's easy to pick your first one. This is from July, 2013. I was working this show. I think it was either me and Nate, or I may have even been by myself. And Trace was, I was standing on this, would have been facing the stage. I would have been stage right. And he was far away, stage left. And he kind of reached down in between lyrics and just kind of gave this guy in the front there a fist bump. And I never really thought about the shot when I was, taking it. There was a lot going on. I was busy, and I kind of looked at it. And you guys will attest to this. There's a certain amount of throwaway shots that we take. You take a lot of shots, and some of you just go, "Nah, this is all right." And in my mind, this was kind of a meh shot. Then I sit at the computer, and I'm like, "Wow, look at this! This is phenomenal." And I certainly like the black and white better than my color edit that I had on this. It's very minimal. There's not a whole lot of lighting in the background. He's lit by one front floodlight. And then the fan, if you look at that bottom corner, he kind of comes out of the darkness and disappears. And it's just before that anticipation of impact would your one of your favorite stars or idols. And, in the next picture, those fists are together. And to me, it doesn't have that emotional anticipation that this does. And it was before Instagram and all that stuff. And it's certainly, when I look at it, it's like I said, it's very minimalistic, certainly compared to the couple images that you guys have shared in this one. But that's easily one of my favorite. And if I think of a signature Steve-O shot, that's certainly one of them.
Yeah, man, I got to say, you absolutely nailed it. The simplicity, the black and white. And I think when you mentioned, the tension, it's weird that you can look at a 2D image and actually feel that force there. A lot of shots like that are famous have kind of like that one little catchphrase to me that you could literally just call this the fist bump and it would stand alone on its own. It's really, really well done. It's so cool.
You guys may have heard the expression, every picture tells a story, and that is a story right there. And everybody interprets it however they interpret it. But Steve, you nailed it on that one, especially with the fist bump. That was perfect.
I like the spacing between the fists. That's what stands out. Makes it perfect.
That's it. Like I said, the next image, those two fists are together, and it doesn't have that emotion to me that this one does, and it's certainly
Yeah.
Like I said, I kind of look at it now and I kind of go, yeah, that's cool. I like that one. So that's definitely one of my favorites.
It's such a perfect black and white photo too.
Yeah, so I want to jump in real quick on that, Steve and Jason, in regards to it being black and white. Actually, a tattoo that I want to get. It's from Ansel Adams. It's a famous quote from him, and I think this is perfect for your image. He says, "A true photograph need not be explained, nor can it be contained in words."
Expresses everything itself. Yeah, absolutely.
You could have read that for me, and I could have just sat here and gone, "That's my shot."
Now, where's that tattoo going?
Oh, it's got to go on my photography arm.
Nice.
Yeah, I got one arm dedicated to photography.
I was gonna say, what's a photography arm?
I hope you have two.
Don't use both arms. Taking pictures.
One hand behind the back.
Steve, this is an excellent shot, though. By the way, the shadowing of the black and white is just perfect.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks.
very good.
We didn't talk about if camera geeks are out there. I shot that on a 1D Mark III. Okay, goes back right. 1D Mark III. It's a while ago. I would have shot that with my 70 to 200. I couldn't tell what the settings were. I have no idea. Eric Messier, why don't you tell us what image you've picked for this episode tonight?
Hey, thanks, Steve. Yeah, this goes back to 2017. This was one of the first times getting into the post, and this one's definitely heavily processed, but I think it works with the image. This is Breaking Benjamin. I believe they may have liked or something like that. It was new for me using Instagram and all that stuff as well. But I mean, obviously with the, the thing that I do with the catching light, I've just always been fascinated by lighting. It's always been very intriguing. So this one I think really, really captures. You've got all kinds of different bands of light in the background. Just light on the guitar. It's a very harsh light. It creates a kind of a drama feel to it. And I think that with him right in the middle of, that chorus or whatever, I think you get that emotional aspect to it as well. Like this is a rock show. Like there was some good stuff going on here.
I really like that Dutch angle you got going on there. Really.
Thank you for picking up on the Dutch angle.
Nice, nice.
Which
show is this again? Which one was this?
I'm sorry, the Dutch tilt.
The tilt. Yeah, there you go.
The Dutch tilt. This was Breaking Benjamin.
What year?
2017.
I think I was at that show as a fan.
No kidding.
Yeah,
that's pretty
awesome.
sweet.
This is an excellent shot, dude. I love the coloring. I love the way it looks.
Eric, when I look at that and I can, if you didn't have your logo on there, I would know that you shot that. They certainly have a style, and then the stuff that you bring post. I've said for years that I've worked with you, I think that you're a great photographer. I think you're a phenomenal guy when it comes to post, and that's where you bring out these things that they really pop. And you could have put that out there without your logo, like I said, and I'd have gone, yeah, that's E's image.
Yeah, Eric, I have
cool.
to say that you've taught me, and I don't do a whole lot of the angle stuff, but that's cool. I've introduced in some of my other photography that I've taken, and I like it, and I have to give you credit for that, Eric. Nice shot.
Thank you guys very much. That means a lot. That's really cool to hear. Thank you very much. All right, let's go back over to Maddie right now. Maddie, I got to say first and foremost, I really like the composition of this. Really, really well done. Why don't you go ahead and talk a little bit about this and what you were feeling and why you chose this image to show?
What we have here is good old Willie Nelson's iconic hand and guitar. As you can see, it really shows the wear. And I was so raptured by its actual beauty. It's like a car with old patina or something like that. I loved it. I wanted to get in there and a lot of us guys have shot Willie, and it's like pretty much shooting fish in a barrel. But when you see the grace and the age, it's just almost poetic, and it was shot with the Nikon at that time. I think I was in a Nikon D7000, and I was using like a zoom lens or like a a simple little lens. It just, the lighting was perfect. The time was perfect. I just wanted his guitar.
That's awesome. I got to say, there's a lot of texture in the shot. At least that's what I'm taking away from it. It's really, really cool.
Absolutely. Thanks.
So much character in that shot. What year was
Absolutely.
this?
It was back about 2013, I believe.
Wow. Yeah, and I think he played here in 2019 with that same exact guitar still going too.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah,
Eric, you took
It shows
Eric, you took
everything.
the words right out of my mouth. The texture on that is incredible. That's a great shot.
that's a priceless shot right there. A lot of joints in those fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a question, Matt. Did you compose this shot? Is this how you composed it, or was this a heavy crop? Or
Well, it's funny you asked that. I think that it was my intention on this specific one to get his guitar, but it was definitely cropped a little bit to give it a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Great color. I like the color too.
Thanks.
All right. Right now, let's go back over to Drew, who's going to talk about his second shot. And Drew, looking at this, there looks like there's going to be a really cool story for this one, man. What do you got?
Yeah, so this was Cage the Elephant. This is the lead singer, Matt Schultz. And he came out dressed like all his skin was covered. He's got these gloves. He had these long sleeve shirt. He had like this 3D printed mask on, this hat, and just the way he moved around the stage. It was the most energetic show I think I've ever been to. He was all over the place. So, and then this is another one where I kind of felt like I connected with the artist there, where he just came pretty close to me and leaned into my camera to let me get this shot. And it was cool to watch throughout the show. He would just shed layers. The mask was the first thing to come off, but by the end of the show, I think he was in just like a track outfit with track shorts. But he was really entertaining. I'm trying to think. He opened up for Beck that year, and I feel like I enjoyed this performance better than Beck. For one, we had access up in front of the barrier, whereas Beck, we were out by the soundboard. But yeah, this Matt Schultz just loved the crowd. He actually ended up, after his performance, he ended up in the crowd. So yeah, he was fun to photograph. And if you guys get the chance, definitely go take photos of him.
Was this 2019?
Yeah, this is last season. Yeah.
So I got to ask Drew, I know that you're a little bit on the technical side when it comes to photography. As far as the focus is concerned, do you know if you were shooting auto or manual? And the reason I asked, just your depth of field and the separation from the background. I mean, it looks like a 3D image, almost like it's not even a live performance.
Yeah, this must have been a prime lens, so I'll shoot that at 1.4, and I'll use autofocus. I use my back button focus on continuous, so I just hold down that back button, and it'll just continuously focus. And I like putting my focus point on the center point because it's the most accurate. So it seems like I must have been pointing it right at his chin there. So Grad just held it, grad focused, and snapped away. And that's what gives it that shallow depth of field at that 1.4.
That's a perfect shot.
Yeah, we had talked about that last week, I think, Steve. You mentioned something about having focus being on a certain part of the artist, and you end up getting the microphone. So, yeah, I know what you're saying with that, Drew. Definitely center focus.
Yeah, and sometimes it works if you can grab the focus of the microphone. If you know they're going to be on the same focal plane, if you're to the side, sometimes just hitting the focus on the microphone just really helps.
Right.
It's my favorite picture of yours, Drew.
Really? Thanks. Awesome. Thanks, Matt.
He's wearing his mask wrong now.
Why? What's wrong with it? Oh, it's gonna be over his face.
That's next year.
Yeah, right. I know. He was right before he coughed on me.
Yeah, I shot that one with you, and that was a fun show. He was all over the place.
Oh man, yeah, so high energy. I was not ready for that.
Yeah, I did the same thing with the back button focus and just stay on his face, and that was hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, Definitely.
I got to tell you, bro, I remember when you posted this. I was very jealous of that shot. That's a phenomenal shot. That's a great work.
Thanks, Steve. Yeah, it's up. I mean, it was cool, the lighting. I mean, you had that side lighting and the back lighting, which, it worked out really well. And usually, I mean, I shoot in aperture priority, so my shutter speed, I was always bouncing around. So depending on how much light is available, and this seemed to work out pretty well.
It's interesting that you shoot that way. I've gone for a number of years just the opposite. I've gone shutter priority so I can control it and let it do the aperture and let it control the depth of field.
You're a bunch of sissies.
Matt's over there with his manual lens, manual aperture, manual focus.
He's drawing it.
Yeah, right. What are you talking about? You moved on to mirrorless now. You cheater.
For no reason.
Yeah, right.
Because he could.
Great timing.
All right, guys. Thanks for staying tuned. Closing out tonight's episode is going to be Jason. And man, what a picture to end the episode with. Cannot wait to hear about this one.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so this is Lizzie Hale from Halestorm. And I believe Eric Hemp, you also had a Halestorm shot as well. So this, I think we both shot that same show. This was done with my Panasonic GH4 2.8, I want to say 150 millimeter, but I can't quite sure. Probably an 800 ISO. Shutter speed probably around 160 to 200, maybe 200, I think. So for me, doing concerts, this performance was something that was just, Lizzie Hale's performance is unlike any other performance that I physically shot. Her energy, and we were lucky enough, both Hemp and I were lucky enough to be literally right down front in the barricade shooting this one. And I mean, she's probably maybe 4 feet away from us, and you can just feel the energy coming off of her. I have never had a artist performance hit me so powerful as I'm taking pictures. I almost forgot to take pictures. I was just mesmerized by the performance. So she's an excellent musician firsthand. And then, I'm a huge fan of the music as well. But, she's a very beautiful woman, very talented person as well. So I took a lot of shots that day just because I was just so mesmerized by her. And they had such an excellent lighting that most of my shots, I was like, wow, this looks really cool just because of the lighting. Now, this one right here, I altered the colors a little bit. So what you're seeing is not the raw photo. The raw photo had a little bit more of a different colored tint to it. Maybe it had a little bit more purple-ish. I tuned down the purple so you only see the purple sort of on the shadows of her face. And I added more of a type of blue coloring to the overall shot to sort of mute the purple so it wasn't just a solid purple shot. And then I went in and kind of cleaned up her eyes and her face a little bit to make sure the shot itself was nice and crystal clean. It's really, for me anyways, with what I was shooting, it was really, really hard for me to get eyes clean in a shot. And this was one of the cleanest shots I had with a nice eye shot. So this really struck me as a perfect moment just in the position and in the way my camera took the shot. And this is probably the only photo that I've gotten out of all my photos. I have a lot of photos of Lizzie I really, really like, but this is the one that she actually commented on or liked her as well. So I was sort of really proud of that achievement as well, because this particular one show, this particular one moment was such an impactful moment in being a spectator of someone with raw emotional talent. I really felt that through the camera as I was taking the photo. So this is, whether the photo came out great or not, it was a really emotional impact for me on this shot. So I was really, really pleased with this.
Yeah, Jason, I have to say, you really think outside the box when it comes to your editing. Really, it's very impressive. Very nice.
I appreciate it.
I like to hear you talk about the eyes, because you guys all pick on me about the other type of work that I do, but the eyes are key to me. And and I'm looking at a subject, a model, a portrait, a senior portrait, I tend to always put that focus point on that eye to try to capture that crystal clear catching light. There you go, buddy. Catch that catch light as crystal clear as we can. To hear you say that you're thinking about that in a rock show, that's cool, buddy. Nice job.
Thanks. It's so hard to capture someone's eye on a stage as they're running around with lights flashing and they're moving and so many things are happening at once. It's almost impossible.
Oh yeah, she was all over the place. That was the first time I'd ever seen them, and that was a fun show.
Yeah, it was excellent. And the problem I always have, I don't know about you guys, but the problem I always have with a singer is my camera always catches the microphone instead of the face.
Yep.
So getting a clean shot of the face with the microphone still being next to her was like, oh my God, finally I got one.
I find it an irritation. Again, we'll talk about in another episode of things that bug you. Microphones lit by floodlights and casting big shadows.
Totally.
Yeah, that's good work to get that and to have that mic there so you know that what she's doing, but yet it's not in her face.
And you only have three songs to get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They go by fast.
Yep.
Yeah, so Jason, the very first thing that, and you talked about it and everybody else talked about, the very first thing that brought me in was the eyes. I mean, I'm looking at it on a Zoom meeting with you having it up on your computer, sharing your screen, and the fact that they're still crystal clear right now and you can still see the specular highlights just at the picture, through all these different mediums. It's spectacular. And it absolutely starts with the eyes and it works out through the entire image. And yeah, the microphone being off to the side, man, what a hell of a shot that is. There's so many times that we have people that are emoting like that, and then the microphone is just blocking their entire face. Yeah. So this thing's awesome, and what a great shot to close out the episode with too. For sure.
Thumbs up, Jason.
Awesome.
Not bad for a break.
Thanks.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. We had a heck of a lot of fun tonight. Join us next time when we show you some more cool photography.
See ya.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys.
Have a good one.